Hey there everyone, welcome back to Gamevine, and my name is Dave, and today I'm going to try to not spoil anything for you. So as a disclaimer, this is a review copy from Serious Polk, or these folks right here. Thank you so much for your support. Now this is a kind of choose your own story type of game, kind of like Tales of Arabian Night. It also has some aspects of escape room, like trying to figure out little tiny pictures or numbers on these cards. And much like some of the R.L. Stine books that I used to read back in the day, the one about the knight was so cool and my favorite and the most memorable in my opinion. And because of all that choose your own stuff, there's a lot of spoily things in this game that I can't go over, and not even one or two cards, because even in the beginning there are so many different things that I want you to have the experience with. But I'll give you some of my thoughts and why I like this game, because I do. And I'm just going to give it off the rip. The Gamevine must play it award at a 91%. This game surprised me, and this box is very small compared to the adventure that's inside this thing. Now, the way that the game plays out, I'm going to show maybe one or two pictures of something. I'll try not to spoil it, but if I do, I apologize. But these square cards have numbers on them, and you'll be making the board as you go. You'll choose the number. Sometimes you'll find something special on the card that you can go to, but that you can preemptively set up moves to hopefully help you out in the future. You might come upon a gang of penguins, and if you got that bucket of fish, well, they might help you in some way. Now, that's not a scenario that I actually seen or done, but I did run into a bear and or trip over a hole with some goody goods in it. Now, there are dead-end paths and or some special things that you might go past if you don't actually take your time and look at what you're doing. But as you build the map, you have this deck of cards. Now this is a solo game basically, and that's how I played it, but you can play with multiple players if you want. But the deck that you have are the actions and or your lifeblood, so you can go about these different tests, because that's how you move and or explore things. You would have to test yourself, and you have to beat a certain number, and the deck that you're using, you'll have to draw a certain amount that you want in order to beat certain tests, like maybe a 3 or 4 or 5. And as you draw cards, they have different like star emblems on them, or like a 7 is one of the numbers, and you can win with that. But as you test and you pass those tests, good things most of the time are going to happen. But when you fail those tests, something bad is going to happen, or something just awful is going to happen. So you want to make sure you pass those tests, but you don't want to draw your whole action deck just trying to pass these tests. So you kind of need to weigh and wane on when to actually fail if you need to. Now this game is hard. I've played it 3 times already. I have not beat it. The adventures that I've had have been so thematic and fantastical, and have really captivated me. And every game can be wildly different. You can come upon boats in one, or you could be stranded on just this little part of land, and you have yourself a bow and you're fishing or whatever, trying to keep yourself sustained. But it is where you're stranded on the 7th continent and you're trying to make your way about it. Now there's tons of replayability, because there are different things as you go on. Even if you fail the mission, you can go in and have more knowledge about how the game works. I think the 4th time is going to be a charm for me. I'm going to win because I've gotten pretty good. The curve is a bit steep, and the first game that I had, I just got blown away, and the game beat me very much. But you gotta try to hang with it, because frustration will kill this game. So you're going to have to know going in, it's going to be rough, but this is you learning about it. There are some fiddly bits with it when you have to go back to one number and go back to this card, grab this card, and that would be my main complaint. But again, that's a small quibble, because that kind of happens in the R.L. Stine books, where you have to flip to this page and this page. Sometimes I would cheat and flip back to a page when I seen that I died. But in this game, it comes to explore, survive. You are the hero. Hopefully, I was able to show a few pictures that kind of gave you an idea of what comes in this box. Tons of cards. This is just the classic edition. There are more extravagant copies of this, and there are expansions for when you beat everything in this box, but I don't know how you could even do that. There's just so many different cards and so many variations that you can play with these cards. But you will go into it, and well, once you learn a certain sequence and what's on a certain card, well, you can't go back. And if you have a good memory, well, that's going to be a kind of one and done thing for you here. But again, this is one of those choose your own stories, and if you're into that type of thing, you already know if you want this game or not. I really can't say much more without spoiling, so I'm going to let you go ahead and discover this game yourself. So if you want to pick it up, there is going to be a link in the description below where you can do so. Thank you again for sending us this review copy. I'm having so much fun with this game. I can't wait to jump into it more. Hopefully I will be able to do like a solo play through on a video one time. If you want me to do that, leave in the comments below and I just might. But until the next time that I see you, thank you so much for joining me today in this review, and have a great rest of your day and a great time with all you play. My name is Dave. You heard it here on the GameFind. I'm out. Bye. Vine Nation, we love making content here for you on the channel, and we're almost at 10,000 subscribers, so subscribe now and help us out. This video right here, I think you'll like. This video right here, YouTube thinks you'll like. Or you can just sit here and watch me dance the dinosaur for a little bit longer. You can visit us at our social media outlets, and we're going to be improving our Patreon here soon. That's all for today. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.